Yes, folks, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez and her squad ally Ayanna Pressley are now financing violent Antifa thugs. Now, can you remember a few weeks back when I did a video on a couple of straight pride parades? Well, Antifa thugs attacked police at one of these parades in Boston about a week or so ago. And now Ocasio Cortez et al. Are fundraising for these thugs. Anyway, I'll start this off today with Michael Knowles, who puts the whole event into perspective. Have a look.
What actually happened at the Straight Pride Parade? You had 200 straight pride marchers. You had thousands of protesters. 36 Antifa leftist thugs get arrested and charged, a bunch of officers assaulted. So just right here, just in those numbers, this exposes one of the big lies of pride and the whole pride movement. The thesis, the idea behind the Pride Parade and the Pride Month is that straight people are the oppressors and heterosexuality is just the dominant and oppressive culture, and it's unfair and it's discriminatory toward LGBTQ alphabet people. But that's not the case. What this parade shows is it's actually exactly the opposite.
Yes, heterosexuals are now the oppressed.
The culture is inclined in every way toward every other sexual preference other than what we would call traditional marriage. 200 people trolling the concept of pride, thousands and thousands of people protesting the ones protesting the pride. And guess what? The 200 straight pride pro-Trump marchers, they were not the ones who were getting violent. It was the Antifa leftist thugs who were. Tells you a lot about the culture. And this is why I love the straight pride meme. It just exposes hypocrisy.
Yes, just imagine the left-wing uproar if straights protested a gay pride event. Anyway, let's see how tolerant these gay-appeasing Antifa thugs are.
What about the straight little kids? Should they not be tolerated right now? They're marching out here too.
Who cares?
So you don't care about them?
Yeah, I don't. They're straight.
I don't. They're straight, he said. Very tolerant indeed. Anyway, I'll just fast forward a bit.
Right here. Hi, what's your opinion on the parade?
I'd say the Nazis are going that way. Tell them goodbye.
Gotcha. What about the little straight kids that are out here that are marching? Are they Nazis? There are little girls out here that are straight, and they're marching because they believe in straight pride. Are they Nazis?
Falling down the path.
So you would say these little kids are following down the path of Nazism?
That's correct.
Oh, so even little children are Nazis.
Interesting. Thank you so much. Antifa is out here strong. There are other organizations that are in opposition, even toward kids. You know, this is what we're gonna emphasize while we're out here in Boston. There are straight little kids in this parade that are being called Nazis. There are straight little kids in this parade that are being called hate-filled and evil. There are straight kids in this parade that are not being tolerated by the radical, mental, delusional left. I have a question. What about the little kids that are straight? Are they fascist? No.
What about gay people, she says. Yeah, that's so typical of the left. They always divert. They always answer a question with a question.
This is representing straight kids too.
Hold on. What about the kids who are being detained by ICE agents and by DHS agents?
What about foster home children?
I know. Answer my question first. Are the little straight kids in this rally Nazi? There's little kids in here that are straight.
Nazis
Are the little kids Nazis?
Maybe not now, but they could be.
Interesting. So should these straight little kids not be tolerated? Is that what you're saying?
Give us your Nazi friends.
Should these stray little kids not be tolerated?
Give these to your Nazi friends.
Bro, I have a serious question, dude. I don't want to fight, bro. I just literally want to talk. What about the little kids?
Learn something. Take these.
Aha, this is delusional, folks. Straight sex is rape. Sex with whites is white supremacy. Now try and figure that out. It's absolute delusional. Now on a positive note, the police handled the protesters well. Yeah, they drowned them out with their sirens. And they took no prisoners. Have a look. And the judge was equally strong.
Judge Richard Sennott openly arguing with prosecutors asking for leaner rulings for defendants. Part of a highly unusual scene today in which the judge consistently issued a more severe ruling than the DA requested.
I can't say anything specifically about this, Judge.
One of your colleagues told me what happened in there was staggeringly unjust.
I'm not sure which colleague it is you're referring to.
The cases involve demonstrators from Saturday's Straight Pride Parade. 36 were arrested, but many were charged with crimes often quickly settled or dismissed. But the judge moved nearly all the cases forward or issued bail when it wasn't requested. That sat well with members of the Boston Police Union who say officers were assaulted, 4 of whom remain injured.
We couldn't be happier at the moment with the judge that's on the bench.
Yes, and it's about time these Antifa thugs had the book thrown at them. And now Ocasio Cortez and one of her squad allies are financing these Antifa thugs.
The so-called squad is raising money for rioters who were jailed when a protest in Boston turned violent, and that was when Antifa members began attacking the police officers there in Boston. One America's Jack Posobiec reports.
Well, over the Labor Day weekend, a group of Trump supporters held a march in Boston. They had a permit.
That's not quite correct. A group of Trump supporters in a straight pride parade held a march.
And the march was legal. In response, hundreds of left-wing activists showed up to protest. As their protest turned into illegal violence, 36 of them were arrested. But then they received a helping hand from an unlikely source. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio Cortez and her squad ally, Rep. Ayanna Pressley, posted tweets soliciting donations for the arrested rioters who attacked police officers. As of now, they've raised nearly $25,000 for the fundraiser and those held behind bars. So who are these protesters? AOC referred to them as simply activists who put themselves on the line protecting the Boston community. Well, actually, every word of AOC's sentence was a complete lie. Not the first time she's done this. Video footage shows who these rioters are. They are not peaceful protesters. They are attacking police officers, and the clips are all over social media. Anyone can go and look. Apparently, AOC's 5 million Twitter followers were unable to help her understand exactly what she was doing. She was raising legal funds for the defense of Antifa, who attacked police officers, the actual people who put themselves on the line to protect the Boston community. Along with Rep. Pressley, they are now essentially Antifa's finance division. In response, the Boston Police Association has rebuked Rep. Ayanna Pressley. Police Association Michael Leary wrote to the Congresswoman, whether someone was there as part of the rally or as a counter-protest, the Boston police officers are there to treat all the same and to maintain order. Your actions in support of these individuals serves only to encourage criminal and disruptive behaviors.
Exactly.
Remember, these are the same congresswomen who say Trump incites violence through mean tweets. And yet when Antifa commits violence against police officers here in one of America's oldest cities, well, here comes AOC and the squad to raise money for them. Furthermore, according to the Police Association, reports stated that Antifa rioters had thrown bottles of urine and chemicals at the officers and had been found to be carrying concealed handcuff keys on their person. If they had meant to only peacefully protest, as AOC claimed, why did they bring handcuff keys with them? The answer is this clearly shows criminal intent. A Boston judge agreed and is moving forward with charges on all 36 rioters, despite the Congresswoman's objections. This is not a conservative or liberal issue. When members of Congress support the political violence of groups loyal to their cause, they are standing against the rule of law itself and supporting mob rule.
Mob rule for sure. Yes, folks. And without question, Ocasio Cortez and her squad are the leaders of the mob. They are the sponsors of the mob, none of whom represent any semblance of democracy.